Okay, got that. I need to turn that off because I'm going to be doing replay review, so I don't need that on. Then I'll turn it back on afterwards. I'll wait a few minutes and then I'll start the replays for today. Ah, my mechs are terrible. Nothing new though. What's up, Zoma? How you doing? I drew up a quick picture. I was sat there and I'm like, how am I gonna draw this? And I was like, I'll just draw exactly what I drew for you live, but just 3D or bird's eye view instead. Also, let me know if the what's the word I'm looking for? Let me know if that dribble challenge or no, that training pack I gave you, if it's tough, which it should be. Like if you get stuck on one of them and you're not really sure what's up, then just ask in the questions channel and I'll send you a clip of me explaining it. Because some of those are definitely not easy. Oh, could I check general real quick? I can do that. Think it would be better for a much recent win by one or an older bad loss. I mean, you can have a win or a loss, so it's kind of up to you. There's no for those I don't really require. Like you can send me whatever. Some people have sent me casuals. I don't really like that, but I'll still like review it. I think Zoma might have been someone who sent me a casual once. I think whoever did that, I shamed him. Said no, never do that again. But yeah, you can send whatever you want. Yeah, it was Zoma. It's totally Zoma. It's like I swear I remember it being like a casual game, and I remember his name. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you want to replace it, Fatty, you can, but you'll drop to the bottom of the order, so it depends how much you care about the order. Because like if you don't care, then yeah, you can put a new one in, but that is up to you. Okay, I'll wait a few more minutes and then I'll get started. I know Rizex is subbed, so he doesn't necessarily need to be here to watch it. But I'll do his first, since he sent it first and he subbed first. And then after that it'll be Fatty, and then after that it'll be Lev if they're here. So we will see. And then after that I'm gonna go play rank 2s, see if I can get up to SSL here. I played a little bit, got up to like 1865 like a month ago, and then dropped all the way to like 1740, and then yesterday I went from 1740 to 1850 something, and then after that I like played and tilt queued and back down to like 1820-ish, and then like wait a little bit, lost 2 more, and then today played 1, lost it, and now I'm back up a couple, or I'm back up 3 games positive now. So see if I can not toss. It's just I'm so inconsistent mechanically that it makes it a little bit tough. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me download these. Fatty removed his. That's not good. Putting a new one in. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so Lev will go second, and Fatty will be third in that case. Got that. Got that. And now we should be good. Okay, so first one is Riz, whose replay was on the The other one was just you being brain dead. Hey, there's games like that. It's okay. Hopefully the new one's better then for you. Um, Rizx was the 8th, February 8th at 7:22 UTC. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it's probably this one. Yeah. And I'm assuming this was something streamed, so this is probably from his closed quals. I think this is from Middle East, or I guess if I can't click. It was from closed quals. They went 0-3, unfortunately. They played. Who's in this replay? This replay. So this is like SSL, like semi-professional gameplay in the Middle East. This will be a really high quality one for the most part, but obviously there's a difference in skill level from NA to EU to Middle East to OC and stuff like that. So it's not kind of this. It's not really similar, but it's still high level Middle Eastern gameplay. Um, or MENA because it's also Middle East and North Africa. Okay, they played Rixie something and Rixie Liba or something and X. Let's see. If I show players. This team, I think? Yeah, it's this team. Full Fennec lobby? Hold on, I need to double check. You might be right. So team's Serene. So that team ended up going 3-1. So this is a team that ended up making main event that they're playing against. So this will be a pretty solid replay. I'm curious as to how that team did in main event. So they made main event. Let's see how they did in main event. Oh wait, main event hasn't happened yet. I'm stupid. Main event's tomorrow for Middle East. Wonder if they were in the first one. It doesn't look like they were in the first one, so that's weird. Doesn't even look like. Oh, they did make close quals. They went 2-3, and then this time they went 3-1. Huh. Solid for that team. That's good for them. Okay, let's look at Rizek's gameplay now. Playstyle is way different than. Yeah, exactly. It's very very different gameplay. Oh, skipped them. And there we go. Let's see what we got going here. Okay. He's aware, so that's good. You can already see kind of that like swapping of ball cam, which is a really good thing. I mean, Rizex, this is like I feel like this should be a free shot. The biggest thing is like you jump too early. So if it already feels like, hey, you might be rushing yourself, is like, yes, you're in these high level lobbies, players are quick, but you're going too quick. Like you're trying to outpace them so hard that you're ending up messing yourself up because that like free slot over here. Oh, I'm on pink. Free slot over here, but the problem is like you're rushing yourself for that shot, so you just don't make very good contact. I mean, like mechanically, right? It's like yes, you didn't use the corner of your car, so you didn't get very good contact, but conceptually, it feels like you're rushing. If I absolutely just dribbled both of those players out of the net, holy crap! Steal the boost, why not? No reason not to there since you bumped two players out of the net. Teammate touches it to you. Okay, I like it. I like that idea. I like that idea, but that's like I only like that if you know he's there, and it's hard for me to think that you knew he was over there when you boomed it. But maybe he like just called out or something. So I'm not gonna comment on this. I'd say I'd prefer for you to make a control touch instead of just booming it because you can try and beat at least one player. Because it feels like right now we're playing kind of boomer ball, and it's like yes, this pass is somewhat good, but we didn't beat any players. It's like you didn't force anyone to challenge you. You just immediately boomed it. So no one was beat, so there's a guy back. But if you had waited and tried to bait out X, voice crack twice there. If you tried to bait out X on the wall here, again, keep voice cracking. If you had tried to bait out X here, or like made a softer touch, had him aerial, and then try to get over him, I think that would have been more efficient than just booming it out. But I think this isn't a bad choice either. I like that 50, the low commit 50. It's a massive improvement in your gameplay when you see this, Rizex. This is massive improvement to gameplay compared to what we saw the first time we did replay analysis. No wonder you're making main events now. Consistent close calls in main events. Ooh. Wait, I think this is a replay glitch. You don't actually have boost. Yeah, okay. So you don't have boost. I think my biggest concern right here is you're just rotating. Like, again, it feels like you're rushing yourself, which is causing you to either hit the ball too quickly, or in some cases, you are kind of, you feel like you can't slow down. So it's like you're taping your boost button down, you're taping your throttle, and you just keep driving, and now that ball just went over you, and you just let the dude beat you. Like, obviously, you weren't going to be the next one to challenge, but now, like, if he doubles that, and it goes out into, let's say, like the midfield over here, like he doubled that and it went out into this area, your teammate's kind of screwed. But if you were here, you could hit it. Or if you were here covering the midfield and when he misses, bam, you have an open net. So I get that you want the boost, but I'd much rather you play the correct position than play the boost, because it's like that boost doesn't matter if you're not there to make the save afterwards. So instead of like rushing in here, this dude should be driving up, so you should tell him to challenge, and you should have stayed here and just kind of picked up this pad, went behind him, and then when he challenges, you move up to the back post, and then from there, if it bounces out mid, you can cover it. If it bounces out this, or if it bounces out this way, then you can also get it, which we can actually see right when this happens here. Holy crap, my line was almost perfect. Is like bam, open net for you. But since you feel like you always have to be driving, you're not slowing down. So something especially for competitive Rizex that I would recommend is whenever you're rotating back to defense, take that second, because you're not really relevant to the play, to kind of reconnect. Make sure that you're breathing, make sure that you're clearly thinking, and that you're not like autopiloting too hard. Like, yes, we want to be in the zone, but sometimes that being in the zone is mistaken for being on autopilot, because we're like panicking. And it's like we're playing off instincts, but they're like panic instincts instead of focused instincts. So making sure that maybe when you go back to defense, you're taking a deep breath. So you're just driving back and you go, and you just take that deep breath while you drive back. That's something that could help you out so that you don't consistently just rush. Because again, look at this. It's like you go, you pick up the boost, the ball starts to go back the other way, and bam, you're automatically driving. You're speedy. You don't even have possession. Your teammate doesn't have possession. You're right inside their net. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, okay, now I just have to leave. So making sure that we're slowing ourselves down a little bit. Take a deep breath. Slow down. Now, here the best example that I can give you of like why we don't want to rush up the field is, one, our opponents have possession, and two, there's no way that ball just kind of flies out middle here. So I'd much rather you drive up at a slower angle, so maybe even bumping that guy or demoing him earlier, and then driving up at an angle like this. And then after that, zigzagging. So you don't push up too quickly, because what ends up happening is you drive up so quickly that there's no way that ball was going to go mid to you, and now you're too high up and you kind of just have to back off. But if you were a bit further back there when that ball came down, you could have been the one to challenge it. That guy missed. Again, you see it's like, it's third man even. It's not like we're just doing it. It's second man. I'm trying to pop my neck. Nope, no luck. There we go. So even as third man, right, your teammates are moving forward, and you're like rushing downfield. It's like, what are you going to get from this, Rizex? Like, you guys aren't going to score. There's no one's about to pass in middle for you. You're not in a rush. So doing what you did here, where you kind of go diagonally, that's perfect, but you got to keep doing that, and then from there kind of switch to this, or go back this way since you're playing third man. So realistically here, since you're third, it's like either the ball flies out this way and then you keep going, or it comes out mid, in which that case you're probably going to go this way so that you can hit it up to your teammate. But you shouldn't be turning in back this way because you're third man, and you're not going to be useful in this area. You're just too high up in no man's land, and then bam, ball gets popped over. But realistically, you should have driven into this area. That's all good. And then instead of turning this way, you turn back this way. And then when that guy booms it over your teammate, bam, you can cut it off and go. Appreciate the follow, Reckless. But it's like you're consistently rushing. So I'd say the reason all of this is happening is because you're rushing yourself. You feel like you got to go much faster than you actually have to go. And then secondly, there's times where it's like we're not recognizing what players are doing or what's going to happen next. We're not really thinking ahead. So then we're just kind of driving up and playing the best case scenario when there's no best case scenario that can even happen. Like, the probability isn't going to happen. And it's like a second we can play that best case scenario, as third we shouldn't be doing that. Just like here, we could play best case scenario of that dude missing and playing the miss, so it's fine for us to stay. We got a little bit lucky with this one, I'd say. After this guy touches it, this kind of depends, Rizex, and this is something that you could DM me about later. I don't know if your team does this or not, but like figuring out like rotationally, like what's up, or like what the plan is, because for some teams, it's like, okay, your third man takes this because it went over both of your heads. But on the other hand, it like didn't really go over both of your heads, so you could actually cut this for him, and that would probably make more sense. But making sure someone's like cutting this off because you guys are just giving him a bunch of space. And then your teammate challenges and really just doesn't accomplish much, which allows a free double tap attempt where we get a little bit lucky that we don't get scored on there. But again, look. Immediately, both your teammates are going, Rizex. You see both of them jump, and you know the ball's going to go forward, but that doesn't mean you guys are going to retain possession, and you're third, and you just start driving and driving and driving. And now you're in the midfield, and it's like, what are you doing? You're not positioned for a pass. You're not positioned for anything. You're just kind of not in the correct place because you're rushing down the field. So we're just consistently seeing that. So now we got to go back because we're backwards to the play, and immediately, right, we're turning back in. It's like, we already got Enox up downfield. There's no reason for us to turn. If he's going to pass it, it's going to be Enox, not you. So making sure that you're recognizing what your role is. Good try. At the back post, that's good. Here we can play middle for him, that's all fine. We can keep playing mid for him, we get a little bit closer. I like the idea. I like the idea to play a bit closer. Maybe try and tap it down, good try. Very difficult angle. Teammate's missing, that's not good. Dude saves it. Here you can play middle for him, that's fine because he has space. Good try. We are getting mad lucky. This reminds me of playing Dignitas. They just could not put a shot on target. Just everything was on the post. Here it's just they just keep missing. I mean, close calls go crazy. Oh, that is just straight unlucky that we were not able to get that boost. That's a sad day when you're not able to get either the boost on your first attempt or the second attempt, then you just have to give up and leave. So, I mean, look at this, Rizex. Here, you rotate back post, somewhat, right? We end up going inside our net, which isn't ideal, but after that, we start to just drive forward, even though the ball's going to get boomed back. It's like if our teammate gives away possession, Rizek, we should not continue to drive up. So like there, he's giving it away since he's not controlling it. It's not on his car. So you driving up is a death sentence because it's going to get boomed back. So you should be playing that worst case scenario of here, hey, what happens if X booms it here? Well, if he booms it, it's going to go this way, probably. That way, maybe this way. It's going to go probably like in this cone. So how do we do that? We stay on the wall and we kind of cover that, instead of driving towards it and making things tougher for ourselves. And after that, why are we turning back up, right? Teammate has given away possession. That means we don't push up. Teammate gives away possession, don't push up. Because that's why you get scored on. Because there you could have been at the back post and made that save. Let's go to this next goal to see what's up. So here again, it's like you guys see, you're giving them so much space, Rizex, and this is something as a team you guys need to work on, is covering that midfield and applying pressure in the midfield, because someone should be going for this. Someone has to jump. You're giving him way too much time, and bam, he just beat one of you, beat two of you, right? Just because you gave him so much space. One person challenges, the second person prepares for the first person to get beat so that they can follow that up. And this is just a good solo play from the dude on top of like a poor two-man challenge. Is like your teammate challenges here, and this is what I was talking about. Is like you guys have to two-man challenge. So like one guy has to force it, the second dude has to be ready. Here, dude forced it. Neither of you are ready to go, which means he is able to regain possession, beat one of you, or beat a second one of you, and then beat a third one of you, and then it's a goal. So really, really making sure on an individual level that you slow yourself down. You aren't rushing everything, and that, oh my, make sure you're slowing down, not rushing yourself. In this third man on transitions, you aren't rushing down the field. And then as a team, you guys should definitely start talking about how do we cover the midfield, how do we cut off the midfield more, because right now it's like you guys are losing a lot of these because you have no midfield control. Look, you guys just get, as soon as the ball enters the midfield, you just get dominated. Like obviously there's a giveaway of possession there, but after that it's like dude just dominates you, and then he's able to regain control, and then we end up booming it away. And it's like, cool, we're getting all these touches, but then after that they immediately get possession back. There, that's the first time you kind of kept the ball. Look at that, that's much better. Look at this. All of a sudden, we're covering the midfield, we're cutting off the midfield. Obviously we double commit, so not ideal, but cover the midfield, bam, you cut back in. You're controlling that midfield. You're not letting him get out. And that's much, much better. Now again, we've kind of conceded, controlled the midfield. Now we get a counter attack going. Very, very good pass, very good shot, very beautiful counter attack there. But it's a battle of midfields, and for the most part, you guys get it occasionally, but you're not able to keep it for very long, and you also don't get it very often. That's just an unfortunate miss. Yeah, I'd say overall, relax. I think we can leave it at that. Is just one, we need to watch transition as third. So that's one. Two, we need to, what's the word I'm looking for? What was it? Shoot. Watching transitions is third. Maybe he's doing something like deep breaths on rotation. Like that. And then for team, controlling midfield. Oh my god, I butchered it. Controlling midfield. So individually watching those transitions as third, not rushing yourself, making sure on rotation, you're taking deep breaths, slow yourself down so that you're not panicking, you're not panic booming, you're not panic rushing into the play, and as a team controlling the midfield is going to be something you guys should be working on in scrims. But yeah, okay. Next up is going to be Lev, I believe. So it's a little bit different because it's like it's technically not SSL gameplay. Like for the region it is, but technically it's not. It's a little bit weird. Check the name of the replay. Um, mm, 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 mm. The name of the replay. What do you mean? Like just looking for your name, this one? Yeah. This is from RLCS of last weekend. What is this, day 1 or day 2 of quals? Oh, this is against Flitz's team. That's funny. I feel bad for Flitz because Alpha, we got signed to M80. We were talking about it when we did his replay analysis. Or last time we did his replay. I don't know. When was the last time I did replay with Flitz? It's been a while. I say that, but it's probably been like a month max. Yeah, it was on the 29th, so it hasn't been. Oh, wait, no, that's when he sent me replays of a team. Yeah, last time we did it was on the 22nd, so it's been about a month. We'll probably end up doing one later down the line. He asked me on the 30th, but I don't think. Yeah, I wasn't free that day. Unlucky. Okay, back to this. You guys win this game? What is this? Oh, just a 1-0? Who are your teammates? Dre. Okay, I know Dre. No Grav. Is that Test Gravity? Is that just a random other person? Hmm? Not Test Gravity? Or you said no to winning the game, you mean? No Grav? Yeah, I don't know who that is. The only person with Grav in their name that I know is Test Gravity. Oh well. Okay. Let's go. Let's do it. I feel like the the level that you're at, Lev, is like since you're B plus, right? Or you were B plus at some point. It's like it's like against these teams, you guys are mechanically a little less consistent, but you guys like have the ability to beat these kind of teams, right? It's not like it's not doable, right? We see it like Cody, Jamaican and Hammy beating like Nefarious, for example, right? Like it's not like you guys can't do it. It's just like I feel like it's a little bit tough because on one side you can't play. This is kind of something I talked about with my team, but it's like a lot of these teams, you guys don't have as much pressure going into this as they do. So to some extent, you have to disrespect the team, but you have to know the limitations of your disrespect because if you're disrespecting them at times where it's like, hey, that's just not expected, so it works out. That's good, but there's also disrespecting at times where it's like, yeah, there was absolutely no way you were getting to this either way. I don't know if you know what I mean, but like this is one of these situations off kickoff where it's like I get you want to disrespect Flitz and go for this, but it's just like you're not going to beat him to that. Like there's just no reason to, and Flitz isn't in a position where he is like able to just teleport the ball into your net. I'd much rather you wait for the first touch and then let your teammate go and then just go for a two-man challenge, especially against these higher level teams. Like two-man challenges are like bread and butter of how you can beat these teams. Is like if you can force the ball away. So a two-man challenge, right, is like Flitz has the ball, someone on your team forces him to give away possession, and then the second dude's immediately ready to go. We could say that like you're the person to force it, but I also think he's gonna like boom it no matter what. So you jumping doesn't really impact anything. Zoma, this is SSL. Um, this is like I'd say like the equivalent of top 100 gameplay. It's like it's not like ranked top 100. I mean, some of them are top 100, but it's like if you're B plus, you could probably be top 100 if you grinded ranked with a group of people, or even solo queue for a lot of players. So I'd say it's pretty high SSL. It's like lower. Well, one team is higher bubble, one's lower bubble. Is I guess the best way to put it. So I guess you're the one who forced it, Lev. But I think you could have also just let him make the first touch and then had someone force it. But ultimately, it's like as long as you get him to give away possession, it's not that deep. Now you're grabbing boost. That's all good. You're at the back post. Big thing that I want you to break right now is don't be inside your net. That is literally like one of the worst things you can do is being inside your net because as soon as the ball goes out to your midfield, first off, bam, goes right behind you. Now are you going to get scored on in this situation? No, right? So that's not that deep. But what I really don't like about this is it doesn't matter here, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't matter here, that it won't matter 5, 10 seconds from now, right? In another situation or another game, that ball pops out mid, Flitz or Alpha's there, they shoot it behind you, that's a goal. First off, don't want that. The other thing is I don't like dealing with like lag issues of like, hey, this is the goal. The server thinks it's in. Your computer tells the server that it's not. The server does not give a shit. It's going to say that it's in the net. So we really want to avoid the inside of the net like this. So I'd much rather you, when you rotate, instead of rotating back post, I'd rather you rotate like somewhere here because what that allows you to do is from there you can then kind of turn in. So if there's like no threat of the ball coming out into the midfield, then like if it's stuck to the wall and you know it can only kind of go over here, then it's fine for you to turn back this way. But I'd rather you start here because from here, if that ball pops out in the midfield, you can cover it and you can pass to an extension like Dre and keep the play going and build a counter attack. So whenever you're rotating back post, I'd recommend kind of rotating into this area. I'm plat 1 and one's playing on KBM. Any tips on getting better? I was thinking that switching to controller would be better. It's up to you in preference. Like if you're trying to go pro, yeah, probably switch to a controller. If you're just playing the game to have fun and reach SSL one day, it's up to you. Whatever you feel more comfortable with, Jalen, is going to be the best thing. But I'd say like in terms of tips, it's like you just need to master your ground game, especially if you're playing ones. Is if you can get the ball on top of your car and get consistent flicks, that's going to be a massive weapon on top of being aware, making sure you know where players are at all times, building that awareness early. So yeah, Lev rotating kind of like here-ish so you can cover the midfield better and then don't go inside your net. But other than that, nothing crazy here. We're pushing up. Good. Good. Love it. I like the attempt, right? It's like we could say that you could do something better, but let's be honest. In a fast-paced game like this, there's only so much you can do. So you're here, you're in the perfect place for a pass down. This is all good. It's like, yeah, you don't get the best contact on your shot. Maybe you shouldn't have jumped as early as you did, but that's like getting nitpicky, right? It's like in a real time, you're not going to be able to fix something that small. It's something just by experience that'll kind of get better. But in terms of you being there, that was really good. After that, really good on the demo. Grab the boost. Try to take a shot there. Solid idea. I like you going for the demos on the way out. That's a really, really good habit to have. Like that. That was really good as well. Again, like you going for the demos. Grab the boost. That's all good. Okay. See what you do with it. Like that. Like that attempt. Nothing too picky here in terms of like, you're doing what you need to do right now. We're controlling the ball. Being players. I think my biggest concern right now is like, there's times where we are rotating into the play. So like here, it's fine for you to get this demo, but afterwards, I'd much rather you rotate out this way. The reason for that, let me scoot back a little bit. The reason for that is if you rotate this way, then you and Dre are both going to reach this back post around the same area unless he happens to get demoed. The other thing with that is if you move over this way, then let's say Spider gets it over and then Grav challenges, then you're going to be able to like follow it up, hit it to the corner, and then get a counter going. Or if Grav is able to hit it over this way, then you have a bunch of empty space that you'll be inside of, and then you have a lot of space to work with. So I'd like you to kind of get in the habit of like, it's fine for you to go for the demo. Like going for the demo is great, but after that, change your trajectory, keep your momentum, so like don't do a hard 90, but keep your momentum and kind of gradually turn back out this way so you can like hold your throttle while staying supersonic and just make sure you don't overturn so that you don't lose supersonic. Excuse me. And then after that, you can try and cover that midfield, or not cover that midfield, but go through the midfield and then get a pass or follow up, which will be a little bit better than rotating through here. Because then, if your teammate was able to get over this way, you have all this empty space to work with. If he gets beat, you're positioned to be able to follow it. So I'd rather you do that instead of like we were talking about where you're rotating front post. I think this is kind of similar, except it doesn't really matter here because your teammate ended up regaining possession. Sorry. This was all fine. Said this was good. This was all fine because your teammates have possession. Left it for Dre. Oh. This one, yeah, like, hey, recognizing threat. So it's like, hey, where is this ball going? It's going to my corner. Communicate quickly with your team. And this is where comms kind of come in. It's like, it's hard for me to like coach you blind per se here because it's like you could cut this, your teammate could go for it, but communication wise, neither of you seem to be doing anything. Like no one said anything. You're both waiting, and then you kind of go, but you don't go, and then he kind of went but didn't go. So it's like we got to communicate that earlier, or you just got to back out and say you take. But the way I like to think about this is there is no threat here. What is Flitz going to do? The ball is going towards your side. It's going towards your corner. There's not a threat. There's no reason for you to really like throw yourself at this immediately. You might as well just wait to see what he does. If he like jumps off the wall, then maybe try and cut it off, or your teammate can cut it off. But there's no immediate threat, and since it's going towards your corner, cutting it off here will actually help him. So just leave and let your teammate take care of it because he's at a much better angle back here while he was until he like half committed. Since he's all the way back here and he's kind of taking this wider turn, he's at a much better angle at right now. He could challenge it and force it, assuming that you rotate behind him so that if he challenges and forces it, you're able to get it after him. But since you're like kind of cutting in, you're making it a little bit rough. Okay, so if you're telling him you're going to force Lev, you got to force. That's a huge thing is when you're playing these high level teams, like if you take too long to do your job, you're allowing them to get closer and closer to your net. And then at that point, a two-man challenge doesn't work, right? Because if someone flip resets over you on your goal line, the person behind you is not going to have time to react. Now, is that this? No, he's not going to flip. He's not flip resetting on your goal line. But that's the best way to explain. Is like if he beats you here, is you let him get close to your net, he's probably going to beat your teammate too. So it's like right here, you got to go. Like you got to go. As soon as you tell him you're going to cut, you got to go. That or realistically, you should have told him to go because he's at a better angle than you are. So it probably would have been better to let him go. But if you're going to go, you got to go. Because otherwise we just kind of are rotating in front of our teammate, making it awkward, and Flitz could definitely have done something a little bit more dangerous with that. Talked about that. That was fine. This is kind of what I was talking about, is like, hey, you can steal that boost, but afterwards, I'd much rather you drive through here so that if there's someone here, you can demo them, rotate back post, or even then you might even be able to cut it off. But making sure that you're driving through that midfield to kind of cut off angles, bump someone. Like if you would turn your camera off and went through the midfield to go to the back post, you would be like, oh, they're not pushed up very far. Plitz can't really do shit. Demo, open net. But it's like the biggest thing right now is you're kind of just rotating the quickest way possible and not into the best place possible. So you're just trying to get back as fast as possible instead of in the right position or through the right location. RScan, if you're looking to post a replay, you'll need to do that for next week. I do it every Wednesday. It's in the Discord. You can just post a replay, and then I will look at it on stream on Wednesdays, and then there's instructions there on how that works. But after that, this was all good. You're beating, like, you're able to beat players. You got bumps, so you can't do much more, but that was good. And then here, making sure that, like, here you can't cut across your net, so that's fine that you're not doing it. But covering high. If he's covering low, you got to cover high because his job is to force it high. And he did that, but you're not high, so here you should have gotten scored on probably. But if you were covering high, you would be able to get that. And this is something just this team specific, but they're very demo heavy, so you want to be a little bit more aware of that. But that's not really my concern. My concern is like you're covering low with another dude who's covering low. And then here, this is what I was talking about, right? Is if you get in that habit of, hey, let me go inside my net, this is where you get into the shitty position that I was talking about, where it's like, okay, now there is that midfield pressure. Bam, you just got dusted, and that could go on your net. So this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. Is there you didn't get, like last time you didn't get punished. This time you almost got punished. And in another game, you do get punished. So making sure that after you get this boost, you're not in a rush. Like your teammates got it covered. It's not a dangerous place. You're in this position to cover the midfield, which is great. Now since you can't really like go anywhere else, now just kind of make your way over here. So as you drive forward, you make your way somewhere-ish here. And then as he starts to look for that midfield pass, and it's pretty obvious, it's pretty telegraphed, you're like, oh, okay, I'll just drive up, and now you can cut it off. And you're a little bit more forward, and now you get a 50. But being inside that net, the other thing that goes along with that is where's your momentum? Not towards the play, that's for sure. And then now when it is towards the play, what momentum? None. You don't have any momentum anymore. You just cut it all off by turning. But if you were at the back post, you would have that momentum. So this is another conceptual thing that we can talk about is like back post timing. The idea is when your opponent is interacting with the ball, or like your teammate and your opponent are having a challenge, or whenever there's an interaction with the ball, like in one of the corners, that is when you want to reach the back post. So for example here, there's no interaction until around here. Like this would be kind of your interaction. So that's when you want to reach the back post, is as he starts his play into the midfield, this is when you want to reach the back post. This Chipotle will not stay down. So you reach here at this interaction point, and then from there your momentum continues so that you don't have to stop your momentum, you don't have to kill your momentum, you can just keep going. And then after that you can intercept this. Now are you going to score off of it? Probably not, but at least you're going to not get scored on, because we probably should have gotten punished for that one too. After that, again, look right into the play. Like, what is the purpose of this? What's the point in you being here? None. Right now, you're in the way of your teammate who has a better touch on it. You're in his way. He has to wait for you. Bam, he gets awkward. He gets dunked. Right. But if right now you go grab this boost, it's not there, not the end of the world, and then you rotate back through the midfield, through here, right? You're going through here, and at this point, your teammate no longer has to wait for you. Look at him. You destroyed all of his momentum. He literally drove up and just stopped. Drove up, stopped. Just killed all of his momentum. He could have challenged right here and gotten a pretty good 50, and then you would be behind him to follow it up. Or if that ball came out mid, then you could try and pop it above your net. But now you just screwed him over because he has to wait for you. He's waiting, he's waiting, he's waiting. Oh, and now he gets his shit rocked. Appreciate the follow, Spooty. But yeah, we can see that trend is starting to catch up with you. It's like the rotating to the middle of the net almost got scored on, and then the consistently rotating back into the play almost got a score on. What's up, Angry Tails? How you doing? So making sure that we're being a little bit more aware of that defensively, especially against this level of team. That's unlucky that he got to that. So here we're rotating back in. Yeah, that's a good idea. Again, that's what I was talking about with the flitz thing in the beginning, is like, we got to know our limitations. Like, yes, we want to disrespect them, but like, you're not going to beat him to that. So there's no reason for you to jump because you just left your teammate back for no reason. After that, good demo, but after you get that demo, as soon as you get this demo, I want you rotating this way. Don't continue driving towards the play. You don't know what's going to happen from here. If you're driving this way in a 50 and it flies this way, cool, you could just turn this way and go. If a 50 and it ends up in this corner, then cool, you're over here and now you can go for it, or Drake might go for it depending on who gets there first. And then if it goes high for whatever reason, then Drake could probably get it, or you could try and get it and land on your backboard. But through this area, you're not really doing much, because if the ball, like, say it 50s and it goes over here, you can take it across your net, but that's not really ideal because you're just wasting boost and just taking it to the other corner. You're not really accomplishing much, and you're giving them time to reset. If it goes this way, then you can't get to it, and Dre has to destroy his momentum and go. And then if it goes up this way, then you and Dre are probably going to double commit because you can both get it, and there's going to be panic communication that goes on instead of one of you being in front of the other and it being obvious who should go. After that, good demo. Again, look what you're doing. Is like you see the ball and you're like, ball, slow down, slow down. It's like, this demo is great. This demo is like, you don't really need it, but like if you want to get it, that's fine. But after that, I'd much rather you just do a loop and go back to your back post so you can have your timing be correct, or reset your timing. Because now you're here too early. You're way too early. You're in the net. You're just backwards. You're not doing anything. You're awkward. Right? But in reality, right now, this is what I was talking about, the interaction thing, is if you do that loop, so you drive back this way and you do that loop, you get to the back post as that interaction happens. Maybe you pick up this pad and this pad at the same time. You don't do like a circle like I just showed you. Maybe you do something like that. You got an extra 24 boost. That ball pops out. Your momentum is carrying you through. Bam, you're up. Counterattack. But since you went into the front post, bam, you can't jump for that. Or if Dre like calls in, he jumps, then cool, he jumps, and then now you just kind of kept driving forward, waiting for that interaction, and then now you could jump instead of being all the way over here. But since you're rushing into the play, you're constantly like not ready for things. That now we're just awkward because of that, because we end up going for the boost. That's a good touch. Same thing again, right? It's like you got your touch, you see your teammate going for it, but you're like, ball, let me go kiss you. Like, bro does not want to kiss. Maybe he does. I don't know, Grab, but I don't think he wants you to kiss him right now. So it's like you're just rotating back in and making yourself awkward, but instead, land. I zoom out a little bit. Land, and then turn out this way and go to your back post. Maybe Flitz is leaving and you bump him into your corner. Maybe you demo him to relieve a little bit of pressure. Maybe your teammate beats him, and then after that you just keep driving up. Instead of driving this way, you just split and go this way, right? Maybe more a little bit like that, to be honest, but who knows? Maybe he beats him, and then you're like, oh, actually, I'll go demo Spider. But since you're rotating back in the play, you're just making yourself useless, and you're awkward. And look, Dre's doing the same thing, so I don't want you to think like this is only a you thing. We could look at like half of like the B+ and B players, and they all do this. They see the ball and they're just attracted to it. They love sniffing each other, and I mean that's one of the biggest problems too, is people sniff each other. And as soon as you start sniffing each other, bad times, you get awkward, you get scored on. But it's like, you shouldn't have to waste all that boost. You should be at the back post right now, and then when that ball pops out, you should be like, hey, free ball. Hits it over to the wall, rolls it up, and goes for a play. You're probably not going to dribble because then Alpha will demo you, but you'd be in position to get a counterattack compared to this, where it's like, oh, cool, I just hit into my opponents. Sick. So much was accomplished. Have that. Good cut. Good job not flipping. Pop it over cap. There. To kind of keep the trend going, I'd say, hey, instead of turning back into the play, you could go out this way and go for a demo and then rotate out. But I understand that here it's a little threatening, so this is kind of the exception, right? It's like whenever we talk about conceptual things, like Rocket League has so much variance that I don't want you to take what I say and use it like word for word in every situation, right? I give you these general guidelines like, hey, rotate a little bit to the side of the back post, and then if there's not anything or no threat that can pop out mid, then you can be closer to the actual wall itself. Same thing with like the rotating back post. It's like, yes, I want you to do that the majority of the time, but there's times where you could rotate front post for the sake of like staying consistent. I think you could have rotated across because your teammate was going to get to it first, but there's a lot of factors that go into me thinking that, and in real time it's hard to think about all of those. For example, the ball is going away from Spider, so because of that he has to catch up to it, while Grav has to make up less distance because it's coming towards him. Spider has to try and catch up to it, Grav has to cover less distance because it's coming to him. But he is third man, so I understand that's a little bit scary. So that one I'm not too concerned about because at least we're not getting in the way of our teammates like we did the other times. That one I think we just jumped so late. I think this is just like mechanical. It is if we were going to jump, we got to jump quick. Otherwise, like you could think of it as like, hey, does Kep actually have a threatening touch here? No. Wait for his touch and then go. And then probably just go up to the backboard. Good demo. That's unfortunate that he made that touch, but I think he kind of needed to. Good dunk. Love the idea. Bam, we go for the demo. And now we kind of rotate back in. That's totally fine. We pre-jump, the disrespect. Love it. We bump him. That gives Dre some space to work with. Perfect. Not Dre's best touch, but it works out. I think taking it towards the walls a little bit. Not it there. Good 50. Good dunk, I guess, because he didn't really 50. Look at this. This is more of what we want. Like, hey, you see how you're rotating out of the play. You're watching it. You're ready to cut back in. Bam, you cut. That's what we want more of. That's beautiful. Now, if we could get a little faster with it, that's better because we could have beat him. But this is where I'm a little bit concerned. Did you double jump, Ariel? I'm not sure. I can't tell. This is what I hate about, like, double jumps versus fast arrows. Is sometimes it's hard to tell. Like, sometimes it's really obvious, but sometimes it's a little bit tough. I think we fast aerialed. It's like borderline, but I think the biggest thing, oh, that's not what I wanted. I think the biggest thing is you just jumped late. Like you just hesitated that split second, which allowed Flitz to get a 50, or whoever it was to get a 50. Oh, you did double jump? Yeah, I wasn't sure. I'm looking at him like, I can't really tell. I like the pre-jump, especially we're down a goal, right? We gotta try something. It's worth a shot. I don't mind you doing that. In a regular like rank B series, I would say no, but like, look at this. Why are we rotating this way? Go this way. Prime. Kiss Flitz. Flitz loves being kissed. Drive across the field. Boom. Pad, 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 pad. Back post instead of no pad, no big boost. And now we got 3 boosts. Right? You could have like 48 boosts. You could have demoed Flitz so that that dude didn't even have to worry about Flitz challenging him, and then you guys get a free counterattack. But it's like you get a counterattack here, but it's like you could have demoed Flitz, and then after that, just turned back up into the play, and then been here with pads or something. There's a lot of things that could happen, but demoing the mid guy so Flitz doesn't just get an opportunity to shoot on your net. Then now we're being aggressive, right? Oh wait, this is Flitz. I was like, why are you driving this direction? Like, I was like, why are you still driving? That makes more sense. Okay. Good. Good first touch. Good try. Good, we're out of the play. This one's a little bit more obvious for you to rotate out of the play, but it was good. That's what we want. Wait for Flitz's touch, and then we can challenge. We get bumped. Good. Look, you see how you take that wider angle? It's like initially we flipped towards the net, but at least after that we turned away. But I think if we did that earlier, that would be even better. Okay, this is a small detail, but it's not really a pattern or anything, but what's more beneficial here? I want you to think about this. It's like, you just 50'd a dude. Your teammate has full possession, full space. Instead of like waiting for a cherry pick right in the dead middle of the field, it would probably be more beneficial if you turned your ball cam off and you were like, hey, who could I demo so that my teammate who has a bunch of open space could go for an air dribble, beat one guy, and then there's no one behind him. But you're just kind of like sitting here. So it's like you're off the ball and you're just kind of waiting, you're not doing anything. So it's like I understand that you want to get past two, but in the dead middle of the field, you don't have more momentum than the opponents. So if that ball goes over your head, you can aerial after it, sure, but you're going to get dusted. Because one, the ball's going away from you and towards the opponents, and two, you have no momentum, they do. So you just kind of sitting up here for a pass is just kind of useless, especially in the middle of the field because it is so dangerous and you have no awareness. You don't know where people are. I'm not saying like the rest of the game you have no awareness because you do. You are aware. But here we have absolutely no awareness. So there's no reason to be kind of playing a pass when we could have just demoed and then our teammate had free space to work with. And now we have 9 seconds, so we're in like garbage time. We're trying to get something. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe I just saw that. That is so unfortunate. No. They just got away with murder. Holy crap. That is just straight unlucky. I mean, there's only so much you can do after that, but it's like, that is so unlucky. So, biggest things for you, right, are um, back, post. Oh, I guess we'll just make that into a P. Sure, back post. Timing. So we're trying to get the back post as an encounter happens so that we can keep our momentum going. We don't destroy our momentum. Because right now you're in the middle of the net too often and that gets you screwed over. And then two, rotate out of play. Because you're consistently rotating back into the play, into your corner, getting in the way of your teammate, causing him to hesitate, causing awkward situations, missing out on opportunities. But if we just rotate out through the midfield, get out of the way, maybe even demo an opponent, bam, we open up the field, we remove the dude middle for a pass, right? We remove the support. That's going to be massive. And then other than that, obviously continue to work on your mechanics. Like they're not bad. Like they're pretty good, right? Like they're probably some of the better mechanics that you can have at the moment. It's like, but you can get more consistent, right? You can get more mechanical. You can get better touches. You could always get better control touches. That's something you could always work on. But I mean, in general, your mechanics are good. Much better than mine, that's for sure. But yeah, so that is it. And then last one is Fatty. If Fatty is here, let me know, Fatty. We'll do the last one. Yeah, I got you, Lev. Whatever you want. Wherever you're going, I'll make an order. Okay, let's do fatties. Fatties was on the 13th. Oh, probably just the one called GC Win. Yeah. Okay, last one is GC. Some higher level replay reviews today. Had a GC3 slash SSL Mina semi pro. We have a B plus player, and now we got a GC. Pretty high level games. Need to look at this. Looking at my DMs real quick just to make sure I'm not missing anything important. Okay, we're good. Should be good. Okay, let's do it. Good. We control the ball. Love it. I I like that we're controlling a fatty, but I feel like there's something more beneficial that we could do than the good old, the way I like to call it, is the good old bronze double jump. It's like I definitely feel like from here you could try and go for a flick over the double jump. So it's like if we're getting possession, it's good that you're controlling it, but making sure you're doing something more with it. You're not like doing something too basic. It's like we don't want to go for something too high risk, but making sure that we're doing something like a little bit threatening because the double jump just isn't it. Have that. Good job rotating wide like that. That's fine. Good. Get demoed. Grab the boost. It's all fine. Good. We're controlling it again. That's all good. from Domino's? Yeah, go for it. Um, today's Wednesday, right? Do like, are you gonna do that deal where if you buy four? What? Should we? Yeah, because that box folds in half, remember? So let's do. Isn't that how much it costs? Or isn't that like what you need for the thing anyways? So get two mediums, one for you, one for me, and then that dessert thingy. Yeah. I won't eat all of it, but it'll be like half tonight, half another night or something. What do you mean? One of mine? No, buy your own. Yeah, get a whole one. Well, then you can leave it for me. Don't take mine. No, no, no. That's not how it works. No, I'm kissing. I'm kissing you. I'm kissing you. I'm messing. No, you can. Yeah, sure, you can take one. But then you have to buy four items, so you've only bought three. I'm pretty sure you have to buy. I'm sorry, Fatty. Give me a second. Give me a second here. This is very important. Okay. You can have it delivered. You're not gonna pick it up. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing my replay review until you set this up, so that I don't waste Fatty's time. Okay. So yeah, what were we talking about? Oh, this is, yeah, that dude was trying to bump you, can't do much. You fake it, you go low, take a low 50. Good idea. Who are you? Uh, a random Technic, that's who I am. Am I getting a Kelly interview right now? He asked me who I am. Do I give him a tell me about yourself? Going to have to submit my 1600 teammates POV so you can lose brain cells like me. 1600 isn't that bad, Gio. Come on, 1600 is pretty solid. Ah, no, Fatty. Okay, Fatty, I need you to start recognizing the difference between when to oh fuck, Fatty just redeemed 10 push-ups. That's fucked up. Man, just make me do a replay review. Does my camera? Yeah, you can see this. That's so fucked. I was like, I wonder what that is, and I just look and I'm like, 10 push-ups. Bro wants me to do a replay review, and he's like, do 10 push-ups while you're at it. Oh, my mic just hit. 1 sec. Actually, I gotta keep the mic attached, otherwise I'm just gonna move it up here for a second. Just one guy I ran to like 3 times earlier. He'll blow your mind. Gio, I played. 1 sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Gio, I played gear. Yeah, just cheese is good. I played gear. I don't know if you know who that is. I played him 6 times and he had like the worst teammates possible. Or I played him 5 times and he had the worst teammates possible. And he like he kept calling him shit. And then one of the games I had Jay on my team, the rank X player. I used to team with that dude. He's goated. And I had him and Jay carried me. And he called his teammate garbage. But before that, he was like, I don't know what's happening. And I said felt because I'm like, I don't know what's happening either. Like the whole game was looking weird. Um, and he said, you don't feel what I feel, evil. You're fucking ass. and then and I was like, yeah, I know that. And then he lost. And then I had him on my team the next game, and I was like, should I throw? Do I not throw? And then we won. And then after that, I played him 2 more times and beat him 2 more times. So he went net -4. I played him 5 times and played with him once, and I won all 5 of them. It was pretty bad, but I thought it was hilarious. Did our internet just go out? My internet's here. Your internet went out? Your Ethernet's under your door. I don't know what you're talking about. My internet's fine. Maybe that's right. You guys can still hear me, right? I mean, I'm still streaming, so it says I'm live. Um, Fatty, you didn't miss anything when I said oh no. Um, I just said oh no, as in like I'm pretty sure I said oh no, I have to do push-ups. But yeah, okay, back to your thing. So, Fatty, I want you to start working on recognizing the difference between when to fast aerial and when to single jump aerial, because when the ball is like around the crossbar height like this is prime single jump aerial territory for you to get more powerful and more dangerous shots. And just by fast aerialing here, you just put a really soft shot on, is what I'm saying. So it wasn't as effective as it could have been. Yeah, don't unplug my Ethernet. How is this not in your net? Fatty, how? What? 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 Uh, okay. What? That was good. The single jump area was good. I think we missed like air rolled a little bit, so we didn't get exactly the touch we're looking for, but it was definitely scoreable. Okay, I like the idea. Interesting. Okay. This is a little bit of a garbage situation, but you got out of it. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, it pops it out. Did it reconnect? Good. It's like, Fatty, we're doing a good job of like controlling the ball, as in we're like recognizing when to slow down, but it feels like whenever we're slowing it down that we're not really doing much with it. It's like we're afraid to go for anything, whether rolling it up the wall or going for like a ground to air dribble or going for um, like just a flick. It's like we just are taking too long sometimes to do anything with it. In terms of this, I think we just jumped a little bit late. That's just like poor reaction time. But again, you see what I'm talking about is like we get full possession and you're not doing much with it. So I want you to like commit to something. Is like either go for the dribble or go for an air dribble. You can go for a shot when you're neck closer to the net, but like here the shot just isn't it. It's like, but you got to commit to something and do it, because right now it just feels like we're going for these like low risk plays and positions that are just not very dangerous. That was good for you to single jump aerial. Very good demo. Very, very good job there. You were nervous because this was before 1480. Okay, I feel that. I did what? Oh. Good. Can't do much more there. Kind of have to respect it. I'm interneting. My computer's interneting. You have to connect on your laptop. It doesn't auto connect sometimes. I'm cooking. How about no? Why don't you do it on your phone? Do it on your phone. Get the app so you can get rewards. Okay. Faye, you're doing a good job in terms of rotations here. Like, you're not doing anything. Oh, I say that, and then you rushed up the field. This was kind of similar to what I was talking about with Rizex. Is like whenever you see someone, there's one of three things that happens when your teammate has possession. One, they boom it. If they boom it, you don't want to push up because it's probably gonna get boomed back. Two, they control it and no one's pressuring them, then it's fine for you to push up with them. And then three, the gray area, or the area where you have to have some variance and you have to be careful, is your teammate has possession, but someone's pressuring them. If that's the case, you have to recognize, hey, who can beat the other person, and go from there. But here it's like, bam, your teammate get away, don't push up. But you're driving up, bam, he booms it, goes over your head. So that's why you don't want to push up, because you're just making things harder for yourself. There, that was good. Good demoed. Okay. I think the single jump aerial there wasn't really the move because there wasn't much you could do. And good shots. Yeah, I love that. I mean, for the most part, Faye, we're doing a pretty good job. I think it's just like some small stuff like the transition thing I just said earlier. The when we have the ball, we're like scared to do anything with it. It's like, for example, here, right? It's like we just keep shooting. It's too obvious. It's too like non-threatening. Is we're just doing a lot of stuff that's not very threatening, and then recognizing, hey, who's close to the ball? Because this has happened twice now. We're not recognizing they're closer, and we're just kind of going for stuff when there's not much we can do. In terms of like we couldn't really score, and they're closer to it, so we shouldn't be throwing ourselves at that kind of stuff. Similar idea, right? Is like teammate gave it away, don't push up, because what's gonna happen? It's probably gonna get boomed back. Now, did your teammate backflip? Yes, but just for the idea of the general rule is we don't want to be rushing down the field because then we could get caught off like something like this. So overall, a little bit shorter of a replay, but you're doing a pretty good job, so that's kind of why. Um, Making sure the transitions, right? So transitions. So when one of those three things happens that I said, make sure that you go back and listen to that. Maybe take notes on that and write that down somewhere. But transitions to um, being more dangerous with ball, right? Because it feels like whenever you're on the ball, you're like scared, right? But you said this game you were scared, so I don't know if that's a trend, but making sure that you start to try and do more with the ball, try and be a little bit more threatening, and go for more dangerous plays to more high risk, high reward plays. And if we want to add in a third, right, the difference between diff between single jump and fast aerial. Single jump and fast. But yeah, that's the big things for you. My roommate still doesn't have internet. That's funny. I don't know what's up with that. I'm vibing. I'm interneting away here. Even on your phone? Even on data? My roommate just his internet just stopped working on his computer, but mine's working fine. Apparently no one in the dorm has internet right now except for me. We're just balling out here, guys. Try a different Ethernet port. Really? Did you try another one? There's like 4 on there. My phone's connected. I'm on Ethernet. I'm vibing. I'm chilling. Everyone in my dorm's Ethernet just isn't working except for mine. We're lucky, guys. We're vibing. That would be fucked up. He said he'd unplug my Ethernet right now. I'm a little bit scared to queue rank now because if I queue ranked and I just DC, that kind of sucks. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until his internet comes back and then I'll queue rank. How you doing, Igor? What's up? What do you want me to do? Like, you wanna order pizza like with your credit card information on my screen? Because then I have to put my credit card information on the screen. Why don't you do it on your phone? Because my phone doesn't have internet, Nico. Do it with your data. Don't say he's a classy man. Have you seen those fans? Look at his fans. Get closer to those things. Oh, okay, okay. I was gonna say like, tell bro to send me his info and I'll order it. Someone's offering to order it for you. I'm streaming. I'm just vibing. I'm just. He's already right there. You can.
I thought this was Twitter.
No, this is not Twitter.
Oh, this is chat.
Yeah, I'm not doing much. I was just doing some replay reviews. So who's ordering pizza? I mean, I could do it too. Um, why don't you like shut your PC off and turn it back on? Oh wow, you've done everything. I feel like I should queue a game now, just to see what happens. Do I queue up? Let's do it. Let's do a casual one. See what happens. Look up, look up the site. No, GeoJax is not my roommate. My roommate's it's Niall, the marketing director. Did you no, did you look up on the site on your phone if the internet services are down with your phone. IU internet services status. Does he not have data? That's what I'm saying, but he's saying his data sucks. He's like Cricket Wireless or something. Bro has like Bing or something. Bro's got Bing. That's why it's so bad. Bro's got AT&T. I got Verizon. With your hold up, you use Mint Mobile? What the? Is it? Am I? Yeah, go there in person and order. That's a good idea. Why don't you like get close to the building and then you order on your phone? Okay, well I'm not finding a game, so I don't know what's up. I don't really get bread. My bread is more from the coaching, not the streaming. I just kind of stream for fun. But then you'd have to put in your credit card information. I don't know. So you want to order it? Domino's. My internet's gonna go out while I look at Domino's. What's it called? You want carry out? Okay. What's the what's the what's the zip? 47406. Okay. Second one. Okay. What do you want? This. Okay. Building a pizza on stream, guys. Everyone, join us. 1 sec. I'll move it when it's credit card information time. Okay. Well, I'm not like okay. Okay, what do you, premium chicken, diced tomatoes. That's it. Okay. 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 Well, I wanted to make it easy for you, but now it's like if I'm doing it myself. Okay, what else? Yeah. You want like your brownie or something? Have the Hogwarts game? Oh yeah, I want to play Hogwarts. I'm thinking about getting it. war crimes on Hogwarts. Are you sure you don't want this so you don't take one of mine?
No, I'm so fine. It's Dasani.
Okay.
Domino's.
You want to check out?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna remove this for a second and make a purchase.
They really want you.
Oh shit, I went into a game and I got kicked. That's unlucky. I was in a casual, so it's okay.
Oh,
Okay,
can I just pay it?
we'll see.
An additional icing is $1? No, that's additional. I think. Or I might get 3 now because they come with one. Yeah, it does come with one.
So you wanna pay $1 for your icing or
I
no?
don't need another one.
Oh, okay.
I'll just take the smallest little.
It says icing there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Does Honey have coupons for me? Honey, dime me up. This is your time to shine, honey. Come on. Honey,
Do
please.
you know how this works?
Honey?
Yeah.
Sometimes. He usually says it here.
Why do you hit the button?
There's one more code. Try to check
Okay,
out.
just
Okay.
move on with your.
Okay. We're not going to Pizza X. Pizza X sucks. What do you mean? It says continue checkout.
Yeah. So why did you close the mon? Like, why did you make unfold?
So that I can see my chat.
Oh, there's a pay at the store button. Oh.
First about to get crazy emails.
I already got emails, I think.
Come on, bro.
Your keyboard's so
Come on.
weird. It's not my fault.
No, Pizza X isn't that bad, Gio. It's just Domino's is better.
Yeah, if I had a choice, I'd go. Like, Pizza X is only good when you're not fully there. If you know what I mean.
Bro, so slow.
Damn.
What if they make it and no one ever shows up? Also,
Then they
also, what time did you order it for?
now.
Oh, so you're just gonna go now?
Yes.
Okay.
You should make sure it says that.
Piece of pie reward.
Close it.
Okay.
Okay, wait. What does it say?
At 8:17.
Yeah, but like, what
Take.
does it say? Oh, they're already making it. Oh, it's already going. Oh,
It's in prep.
shit. I gotta go.
Take a
Yeah.
picture of this or something.
Yeah.
I said text me, so you'll get
What?
you'll
Why
get.
did you do that? I just got a text.
It'll
May
tell you.
receive up to 8 messages? Hold on, let me get my order number.
Oh my god. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, guys, we're back. We're back.
Dylan.
I'm ready.